With countless efforts towards curbing corruption, government has failed to control the vice, therefore it is calling for other concerted efforts. To this effect, different stakeholders have converged to discuss the possible ways and outline solutions to fight corruption. Transparency International Zambia, TIZ, which has been a major player in the fight, feels that the country is still making steady progress towards the control of corruption, but that there's still so much more that desires to be done. Basing on the 2019-2020 Corruption Perspective Index, TIZ has henceforth suggested several possible solutions that might help win the fight against corruption. TIZ Executive Director Ruben Lifuka now explains the country's position in relation to corruption occurrences. And attending the same event, Justice Minister Given Lubinda says there is urgent need to revise laws bordering on corruption, as the current punishment against the vice are not deterring would-be offenders. Mr. Lubinda is saddened that the ill vice has since spread to involving even those who are supposed to be upholding the law against corruption, such as the policemen, teachers, and other government officials.
Amended a number of pieces of legislation, and in amending them, two cardinal principal issues were being looked at. One, enhancing transparency to curb corruption, and secondly, to make them Zambia-centric. The one that comes to mind immediately is the Zambia Public Procurement Act. We recently amended it to make sure that the procurements are brought to greater scrutiny by the public, so that members of the public will now sit on the Zambia Public Procurement Authority, but also to make sure that procurements by government prioritize Zambian suppliers. Now, the question that I keep asking myself is, once we have done this, shall it curtail the incidence of corruption, or shall we just enhance it by the fact that the Zambians may not have the resources to provide for the procurement? Will they now become fronts?
These different stakeholders that include officials from the Zambia Police Service, Anti-Corruption Commission, and the Ministry of Justice, among many others, despite cooperation in collaborated efforts towards fighting corruption, also took the time to highlight the positive changes acquired in curbing corruption, in line with this year's Corruption Day that falls on the 10th of December. Reporting for Movie TV News in Lusaka, Namangolwa Mundia.